Recording. All right. Hi, Remington. Hi, Ryan. Thank you guys for
Hello.
joining me today, and welcome to our first kickoff meeting. So, my name is Ben Gorelick, if you didn't know that, and I am very excited to begin this journey with both of you guys. But before we dive in, I'd like to do a quick round of introductions, just so you guys know who I am and I get a better understanding of who you guys are. So, I'll start us off. Again, my name is Ben Gorelick. I'm getting a master's degree currently at the University of Concordia of Irvine, and I'm getting my master's in executive coaching and consulting. Right now, I am in my capstone class, so I am currently searching for clients, and luckily, you are my first client. So I'm sorry if it gets a little choppy or it's not anything like you're used to, but hopefully we can learn together and grow throughout this entire process. And now, I'll hand it over to you guys. Whoever wants to introduce himself, go ahead.
I'm Ryan Marsh. I'm the sales supervisor over at Lifetime.
And Remington, I'm one of the sales reps underneath Ryan at Lifetime.
Awesome. Okay. So now I would like to give kind of a brief overview of the coaching process because I think you mentioned you've never really had a coach before. So I'd like to kind of go over that and what this is kind of going to look like. So coaching is definitely a collaborative and structured process. It's designed to help individuals unlock their potential, achieve their goals, and enhance their overall performance. So, my role as a coach is to not provide direct answers or solutions, but almost like guide and support you in discovering things on your own path. And this process involves several key elements. The first, obviously, being confidential and this being a safe place. So, all of our conversations that we have are held in confidential and judgment-free environments. And this is definitely a critical aspect for fostering the trust between us and allowing for open and honest dialogue. Another one, obviously, we're going to stay goal-oriented. We'll be assessing your current situation, figuring out your strengths, your challenges, and opportunities for growth, and then establishing specific and measurable achievements that are relevant to you and your environment that you're in. So these goals will ultimately serve you and your growth. Another one is your personalized development plan, which we'll get into later. But throughout our sessions, we will be tailoring addresses unique to you and your priorities, which might include building new skills, improving behaviors, overcoming obstacles, or exploring new perspectives. And obviously, throughout this entire process, we will have feedback and reflections. So, like I said before, it's my first time doing this. So I'm open to all the feedback that you can give me to make me a better coach and so forth. I will be giving you feedback wherever you might need it as well. Another one is action and accountability. So each session will focus on actionable steps that we can take between each session. And I will hold accountability for these actions. And I hope that you will hold accountability for yourself as well so that we can stay on track and continue to grow together. And lastly, obviously, I know you're busy, I'm busy. So let's stay flexible and adaptive. We won't always need to meet on Zoom if that doesn't work for you. We can meet on the phone, phone call, email, text, however that might be. But ultimately, my goal is to empower you, Remington, to take ownership of your growth and achievement and have this be the most meaningful experience that you can get. Um, do you have any questions for me at this time about the Well, coaching.
No, I don't think so. I think you outlined the process pretty clearly.
Okay, sweet. So now we're going to be going over our some of the objectives and expectations. I don't expect, us to go over everything today, right? This is just the introductory kickoff meeting, but I hope you've come with maybe one or two goals that you might want to achieve looking into next week.
Yes. You want me to go over them now?
Yeah, yeah. If you have any, then yeah.
So I have one more so like professional development wise, and one for like outside of work, just my overall lifestyle. I would think professionally, while I'm pretty good at, hitting my sales quotas, and I've never been concerned about that, regardless of them being new and, intimidating more or less. But I do want to work to maybe, achieve to creating more diverse, understanding of how to work with new clientele and how to grow to not just meet the quota, but maybe exceed the quota for, my own personal career development. Maybe personally, I'm looking to work towards, more work-life balance and more self-discipline in that regard for this year and so forth.
Okay, that is awesome. Thank you. Now, Ryan, as the sponsor of this, would you like to share any perspectives on what success may look like for you and Remington in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she was right on there of just not just like meeting goals and exceeding goals, and just not only that, but just trying to create more long-lasting relationships with people and creating a sense of community at work. It's just really big for us, and that's what we're kind of working on right now.
Sweet. Okay, so just to clarify, going into this next week, we are going to be looking into building and your personal strengths with customers and maybe seeing how we can grow in that area.
Awesome.
Okay, awesome. Now let's get into the coaching agreement because it is different than therapy. So definitely need to clarify that. And as we look and take some time to review the coaching agreement, I believe it is critical to lay the foundation of how we'll work through this engagement. And the first cornerstone that I'd like to bring up is definitely the confidentiality part of it, because I believe the confidentiality part is definitely the cornerstone of the coaching relationship. So I want you to know that everything discussed in our coaching sessions will remain private unless we explicitly agree to share specific updates or insights with anyone else, including maybe Ryan. So, for example, I may provide the sponsor with a high level process updates or progress updates, such as goal milestones, but the specific details of our conversation will not be disclosed without your permission.
Understood.
Okay. So the roles and responsibilities, my role as the coach, like I said earlier, is to guide, support, and challenge you in achieving your goals. And your role as the coachee is to actively engage in the process, showing up prepared for sessions, being open to feedback, and taking ownership of your own development. And at the same time, right, we're going to be able to be flexible and adaptive. So if anything doesn't work out, like we can do it the next week and go on like that. And the sponsor's role obviously is not too crazy, but it is to support the engagement by providing clarity on maybe the organizational goals and offering feedback where needed if I were to reach out, and respecting the confidentiality between me and the coachee, Remington, during this whole coaching process.
Yeah, of course, understood. Fully get it.
Cool. So another big part of this is the boundaries, right? Coaching, like I said, is not therapy, mentoring, or consulting. while we may discuss personal challenges or areas of growth, our focus will remain on forward-looking, goal-driven actions. And additionally, we will establish boundaries around communication outside of the session. So, for example, how and when we reach out between meetings, which we will definitely get to. And again, the commitment process of it all, like I mentioned earlier, effective coaching does require commitment from all parties involved. This includes showing up for the sessions, engaging fully, and honoring the agreed upon timeliness for completing actionable items.
Sounds
So,
good.
what was that?
I just, it sounds good.
Cool. So at this point, I would like to invite any questions or concerns that you may have about the coaching agreement, if you guys have any.
I'm all good. I got
No,
no questions.
Okay, awesome. So the next part of this, also, I did want to mention we will be going over and I will be assigning you easy, small homework assignments, especially like a 360 assignment this week, which will just give me a little bit more background of you personally and professionally. And it's easy, quick. So just wanted to let you know that that is like the first step and will give me a better understanding of the goals that we need to achieve looking into the next week.
perfect.
Awesome. Okay. So now on to kind of the scheduling of it all. At the end of each session, I would like to maybe look into the next week and see if there is a good time for us to meet, just so that we're prepared and ready each week. And so, yeah, right now, sorry, I would like to, yeah, coordinate a little bit of the logistics of our sessions leading into the next weeks. So, is there a specific day and time that might work for you each week, or does that switch?
Fridays I have lots of availability after around the 3 o'clock marker. Sundays I also have availability after around the 2 marker, about 2:33.
Awesome. So, for our next sorry, what was that?
Either of those are gonna be pretty open.
Okay, so for our next coaching session, would it be okay if we met next Friday at 3 p.m.?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. I will mark that down. And also, how would you like to continue our coaching sessions? Is Zoom okay, or would you prefer phone calls, texting?
Either work. Any work for me.
Okay, awesome. My preference, honestly, is Zoom so we can, you know, kind of see each other, a little easier to read emotions. And obviously, if that doesn't work and your schedule is busy, phone call would be fine, anything like that. So
Okay.
I'm flexible in all those. And yeah, that kind of wraps everything up. So, kind of to summarize today, as we discussed some goals leading into this next week. Hopefully, you guys have a little bit better understanding of what this whole coaching sessions will look like and what the whole coaching agreement is and how it differs from, therapy and consulting. And now you see kind of the expectations. You see how confidentiality works within this and the next steps moving forward. Is that good?
Perfect.
Okay, sweet. So it looks like we will be meeting Friday at 3 p.m. next week, Remington, if that works out perfectly for you.
Yes. That's the 17th, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. And I will send you over your homework assignments that I hope you're excited about.
Perfect.
Okay,
Looking
awesome.
forward.
I'd like to thank you guys both for your time and your enthusiasm today. I am really looking forward to working together and growing together throughout this whole journey.
Sounds
And
Yeah.
good.
yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free.
I think I'm all good on questions for today.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.